Alright, so, I guess I'm gonna be here to talk about the penultimate episode of Teen Wolf Season 4, Promise to the Dead. So, this episode starts off with, I'm gonna go through this one, sorry it's late. I missed it last night, so I'm doing it early Tuesday morning now. Starts off with Deaton rescuing a girl from Wendigo, and, he ends up taking the Wendigo to Eichenhaus, which Eichenhaus is revealed to be aware of the existence of supernatural creatures due to a wing that is off the books. And in return for taking him in, Deaton wants to talk to this doctor who's in there, who can tell him about what Kate did to Derek and what Kate plans to do. And what she finds out, he finds out is that this guy has a third eye and can basically, I guess, probe your mind. And so he finds out that whatever Kate's plan, it involves Mexico. But he's kind of put into like a coma, a temporary coma right afterwards. So, the other things that happen are Derek Braden is sleeping in Derek's loft, and the alarm starts going off for that somebody's on the property, and they find out it's Lydia, and then Lydia just screams at him. So that's that. And a couple other things happen. Let's talk about what Liam goes through. So Liam, he's still battling his fear of the berserkers, and it's affecting him while he tries to sleep. You know, he doesn't want his friend Mason to leave because he's scared. It frightens him so much that he drops weights on him, and he's rescued by Scott. And it affects him during the first lacrosse game, in which he sees the berserkers charging through the field. He only ever actually gets better with the help of Brett, which is funny because Brett's on the other team, and Brett says that he has nothing to be afraid of. He has Scott for an ally. But because Scott goes missing, and I'll get to that, he says, but where is Scott? If he's so great, why is he not here right now? So then we also find out that Stiles is trying to help Malia find her mom. He says on the clipboard, instead of who is the benefactor, who is the desert wolf. It makes her really, really happy. And if we come to find out that because Stiles was almost murdered in Eichenhaus has decided to get rid of all of their bills from their family. So in kind of celebration, Stiles' dad takes Stiles out and Malia out for dinner, because he's like, yeah, we have some money now. So, but now to the main book of the episode. Scott's mom finds the money underneath his bed, and he's trying to convince her that they should keep it, but he's like, oh, this is Derek's money, we should give it back. So Scott takes it back, and Derek reveals that that's not Derek's money, it's all Peter's. So they talk about not giving it back to him. That's part of what they talk about, is that. And so, so Scott uses Derek's loft to get a date with Kira, where he has her light up all kinds of lights hanging from the ceiling, and then we're going to watch Star Wars, which is, another joke brought back to Season 3. And they end up just having an intense moment, them making out. But then it's interrupted by Kate and the Berserkers, who beats the crap out of them and kidnaps them. So before, I'll talk about what ends up happening with that at the end. But then the last two things that happen is Lydia managed to talk to Deaton, and Deaton says, Kate took Scott and Kira to Mexico. Also, during the lacrosse game, Peter meets up with Malia and says that he found out who her mom is. But in order for him to tell her, she has to kill Kate Argent. That's their deal. And then the only other major thing that happens is Argent goes down into the sewers to try to find Kate. He finds Peter and one berserker. And so they beat the crap out of him, and then Peter impales him into the wall, and so he can't leave and follow them. And he's eventually found by Parrish, who manages to help get him free from the wall by invoking a memory of Allison to get him kind of angry, and I assume he gets free. And then finally, lastly, we wake up. Kira's in like a dungeon or whatever, and Scott's strapped to a table, and Kate basically says that she plans on turning him into a berserker and having his own friends kill him. Like that's her plan. So at the end of the episode, we see she puts the skull on him, and I guess she performs the ritual to turn him into a berserker. So when next week's episode, The Broken Spell, airs, I guess we'll find out how everything ends up. Yeah, this was a cool episode. It wasn't action-packed, but I just felt like it was cool that they managed to still keep a decent story going even after, the Deadpool's over with. I guess the only other thing I really want to talk about after this episode is the debate of what is Deputy Parrish. I've heard all kinds of rumors of what he could be. You know, some people say he's a dragon, which is really unlikely. Some people say he's a phoenix, which would make sense. He wouldn't be killed by the fire. He would be reborn from it. Which that could maybe explain why now, like, because his eyes glow orange. Maybe that's why maybe every time that happens, he gets more powerful. Who knows? Like, that could be like a thing. Like, you know, every time he gets lit on fire or dies, he becomes reborn. And then probably one of the more far-fetched ones I heard was that somebody said he was the Raven, because a Raven, because of what Void Styles says in the episode Insatiable. He says, you know, like the coyote, the fox, and the raven. You know, the coyote being Malia, the fox being Kira. He could be the Raven, but no, I don't think so. And then I actually heard somewhere that he's a fire kitsune, which would make sense. That's never crossed anybody's mind. If he's a fire kitsune, he wouldn't be hurt by fire, and his eyes glowed like Kira's does. So it makes sense. I'm gonna make predictions for the last episode. I don't think Peter's plan is going to go through this season. Like, he has like a plan with Kate, but I think in general he has a bigger plan that's gonna, go into future seasons. Like, he's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna end here. Knowing Peter, his plan is still unfolding. The pieces are still falling into place. He still has things to accomplish. Right now his plan is to kill Kate Argent. But he's like, okay, if I can make her believe that I have another plan, then I can kill her. So that's my prediction. I don't think Derek's going to die next episode. That's too obvious. They keep showing him dying in the promos. Yeah. I guess that's all I have to say. So, see you guys later.